You are listening to DJ Shades here on WUTT, the University of Tampa's one and only radio station. You can listen to us online at wutt.ut.edu or on the air at 10:80 a.m. I'm here with the one and only Sidereal. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anytime. So do you want to start off by introducing yourselves and telling us what you do in the band?
Sure. My name is Nico Costas. I play drum.
I'm Kevin Bogran, and I play the bass guitar.
I'm Colin Patterson, and I sing and play lead guitar.
I'm Lucas Costas, and I play saxophone, ukulele, keyboard, and sing.
How did you guys meet and start?
Well, actually, Lucas and I are brothers, and we started the band probably about 5 years ago. Lucas, you can create the rest of the story from here.
Yeah, so I convinced Nico to start a band with me after we actually saw Kevin and Colin's old band Bubbly Joe perform about 5 years ago. And then we had different members at the time, and then slowly started to come together with Bubbly Joe. And we got Colin in the band, and then about 2 years later, we were fortunate to get Kevin to join the band, and so that's how, we are here today.
That's awesome. So, how did you come up with your name?
The name?
Lucas, this one's all you.
Oh, this was all me. Okay, so back when I was 15, I was sitting there with my buddy when I first had the idea of a band, and we were like, what do we call the band? And so we actually looked up cool words, just typed in the phrase cool words on Google.
Did you really?
Found a list of them. Yeah, that's seriously how we did this. And I saw the word, and I was just like, that's it.
That's awesome.
I just picked it.
Yeah, and the whole meaning of Sidereal and our mispronunciation, Sidereal, and our take on it kind of had to do with Amongst the Stars, and a lot of the stuff that we first wrote kind of had to do with that, and it never limits us to where we want to be as well. So.
That's awesome. I would have never thought of doing that.
Yeah, I didn't either, and then I just was like,
yeah, that's
all
what
right.
a 15-year-old comes up with, right?
Exactly. Google was my best friend at the time.
You just mentioned a couple of your starting songs. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that and about your upcoming tour?
Yeah, I mean, we started, writing music and everything at pretty early, about 5 years ago. And, it's slowly been progressing over the last 2 years. And, with the addition of Colin and Kevin in the band, we've been, steadily writing. And we're definitely looking forward to, the tour we have going on this week and the rest of the summer. We're going to be down in St. Pete here on Saturday, July 26th at the local 662, and we're really amped for that. We're going to be performing with Offshore Riot Currents and have some great help from our friends over at High Hides Longboard Company and Jenkins Law. So we're looking forward to getting down to the St. Pete, Tampa area, which it's been a few years since we've done that. And, there's a lot of new music to be heard. We've been writing a lot lately, and we're getting ready to get back to the studio sometime in the near future. So looking forward to sharing it with everybody.
That's a great place to perform. You'll definitely get a lot of people down there. So I heard that some of your proceeds from the show is going to go to an international music relief project. Do you want to tell us about that?
Lucas?
Yeah, so our international music relief project is recently we won one Spark up in Jacksonville, Florida, which allowed us to fill this project where we will be going down to Nicaragua and Costa Rica and providing local families down there with a creative outlet that they've never had. We'll be partnering with a guy that I met at One Spark who will be providing us with ukuleles to give to the families in the local towns, and we'll also be bringing arts and crafts. And, music's been so influential in all of our lives from such an early age that we want to be able to give that back to those that are less fortunate.
Yeah, and we've been fortunate enough to have this opportunity to tour these next few weeks, and a lot of these proceeds from each of the shows are going to help on our expenses of getting all the equipment there, making sure that we have all the proper supplies, and we can get us where they need to be. So, all the support from everyone that's been coming out so far this is all going towards that, so thank you.
That's an amazing thing that you guys are doing. Like, it really is. Music is such a great outlet, and I know for, like, personal experience, it's helped me through a lot, and so that's an amazing thing to be able to go over there and give these families different musical outlets and instruments and stuff. What made you want to start doing that?
We started we started thinking about doing this whole project. I would say probably about a year ago when some of us traveled to Central America, and we had experience down there with just different trips, bringing the acoustic guitars, hanging out and whatnot, and kind of seeing that there was there was really no outlet for people. So as we kind of started to think, hey, this might be something we might be able to accomplish, and we've been thankful enough to have the support of Jacksonville and One Spartan, and all of our great fans for getting us down there. So we're looking forward to it.
That's great. Speaking of fans, what's the craziest gift that you guys have received?
Oh, I would say the longboard. We got the guys down at High Tide Longboards in St. Pete actually sent us a custom longboard skateboard with the Sidereal Pelican logo, grip tape on it. And that's an amazing gift, I would say, off the top of my head. I don't know if you have anything else, Lucas.
No, that's literally what I thought of, and also the grip tape with our newest album cover of Big Times Return with our four faces.
Yeah, which is not an easy task to outline in grip tape. So
not at all.
That's amazing. That really is. Do you have any weird gifts that you guys have gotten?
Any weird gifts you can think of?
I feel like Colin is the person who gets weird stuff.
What?
Colin.
You got any weird gifts?
Weird gift. I don't know. One of my buddies brought a pair of shoes to a Freebird one time because the last time I had been there, I had left my other shoes somewhere, so I had this really ratty pair of shoes on playing, and he's like, I got this really awesome pair of shoes that I'm going to bring to you next time I see you, and I'm wearing them right now. They're awesome. I wish you could see them.
So yeah, that's got to be, that's not your everyday gift. Someone coming up, hey, I have shoes for you.
That's awesome. What are your hopes for the future? Like, where do you guys see yourselves in a couple years?
Oh, I would say that we're going to continue touring, and hopefully making our way back across the U.S. internationally and just getting our music known throughout various markets, in cities, and continue doing what we're doing, just working hard, recording music, staying true to what we do. So
definitely, we'd love to have you on campus sometime.
Definitely, we'd love to be there. So anytime that there's an opportunity, please let us know, and we're always down to come make the trip to Tampa.
I definitely will. Do you have any embarrassing experiences from traveling or just being in a band?
Ooh, there's definitely some. Lucas, I would say tour last summer.
The entire tour.
Yeah, the entire tour was a pretty interesting experience. It was our first really I think we were out on the road for 3 weeks, and that was our first stint doing that. And for us, just seeing all these new people, and I mean Lucas, the first day we get to California, cut his foot on a what was that, the parking stop?
Yeah, there's bikes that are supposed to pop tires if you go the wrong direction. That actually gouged open my foot.
No.
When we were in Sacramento, and this was literally 2 days into the trip, and we still had 21 more to go. And so I'm just hobbling around, with a bloody foot. And the funny part about this is after I cut my foot open, our tour manager at the time had seen me, and I was like, hey man, go get the first aid kit because my foot's gushing blood. And he's like, oh, okay. And so he goes and tells one of our roadies, and then they forgot about me and left me there for 45 minutes.
No.
Yeah, and I was horrible people.
But
that's awful.
You stepped on a spike, dude. It was what were you thinking?
Well, Colin, what was your most, embarrassing or memorable experience from the road? Being in a band, just in general.
I just come back. Yeah, I come back now. I'm trying to think. I got a lot of stuff. Some are not radio worthy. So not edible. Edit.
Well, I think that sums it up. We've had some interesting experiences for sure. I mean, just plenty of weird people, plenty of truck stops, plenty of.
Really. Oh, I think I'm embarrassing, but I'm really proud of this. I fixed the trailer.
Oh yeah, that's actually
when we got all the lights were off and everything.
Yeah, the lights on our trailer ripped off, and we were in the middle of nowhere in Texas, and Colin came to the rescue, but we didn't stop and crash the trailer.
Oh no. Oh wow. So it sounds like you guys have a lot of fun on the road. So.
Okay. Well, I do have one thing. I'm hoping there's no judgment on this because
All right. This is a judgment-free zone. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Cool. well, I have a minor IBS, and we were at brunch or breakfast in Arizona, and I trusted a fart. And
that's all that needs
to be said about that.
Just a little bit of a mess.
Oh wow.
Oh man. Yeah, that was probably the most embarrassing thing I think we've had happen on the road thus far, which isn't as bad as it could be, I guess.
Definitely. What's the best part about being in a band?
I would say just being able to travel and see like all these different cities, different people.
Playing it almost every day is really fun. If you need a stress reliever, that is like the best and the worst for like, it's kind of stressful before you go on, and then after you get done, you're like stress free, and the whole day leading up to that is like.
It's like a good workout,
challenge.
It's like you're hurting while you're doing it sometimes, but at the end of it, you feel that satisfaction.
Yeah.
That's a great comparison. I've never heard anyone compare performing to a workout.
Oh man, I feel like I get a workout every time I'm on the stage. I'm dumping sweat.
Just see how sweaty we are. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm a little sick, but I don't know how. I'm surprised I'm not back down to like normal weight because I sweat so much. It's ridiculous. It's repulsive.
That's funny. So what's the hardest part about being in a band?
I think dealing with Colin.
Yep.
Lead singer syndrome.
I would say just being in a van together, traveling. I mean, we love it, and we all, get along, but there's always going to be a time where we're like, God, it's 4 a.m. and we're trying to go, and someone's loud, or
or someone's blocking at our bus so we can't drive, and there's a bunch of little mishaps,
tickets or anything.
Yeah, we seem to get a lot of parking tickets.
Border patrol, seatbelt.
Border patrol, that's terrible. The bus breaking down, that's never fun.
The list goes on, but it outweighs, the good outweighs the bad, I would say.
Totally.
Well, that's good. You guys got stopped by Border Patrol?
Twice.
Twice? What happened?
They just don't like us.
They're just out to get
you. The dudes in the van didn't look very nonchalant.
We're not real big in Mexico.
Do you guys get into a lot of disagreements about the band and the music that you produce?
I would say that's like the least thing that we literally
mesh really well together. I think me and Lucas usually write the songs, and when we bring them to the rest of the guys, we usually all enjoy what he or I have like put together already, and then we form it together as a band and mold it, and it becomes a completely separate entity than we wrote it to be. But we're fine with that because it always feels
better.
It always feels like it's better than we thought it would be, and we're all happy about it. So
yeah, we always have an easy time. I would say writing music. It it comes together in no time most of the time. So
yeah.
That's great. Where do you guys get your ideas? Like, where do you get your inspiration from?
I would say, I mean, most of the stuff that I write comes from either my personal experiences, and I'm very observant, so like I watch other people, and I'll write about other people's experiences through songs as if they were my own.
That's really interesting. That makes for great music, actually, just talking about experiences and stuff.
It makes it relatable, universal.
Definitely, definitely. What's your favorite type of music?
British pop rock.
British pop rock.
Yeah, I would have to say my favorite type of music. I mean, I love like some good reggae rock, but I've been into some like I would say like future jazz, kind of mellow, a lot of keys. I've been into that lately. What about you, Kevin? What's your
My favorite kind of music? Probably, stuff like Tenso Ganja Plant, like just really dubby, like stripped down reggae, down tempo. Just stuff that you can kind of like think to.
what about you, Colin?
I like Tudor Cinema Club, and I like bands like that, like indie and alternative. I also like jazz a lot, smooth jazz, and funky jazz and funk, and I just love every type of music. My brother plays country, so I listen to that. He used to play hardcore, so I listen to that.
You should listen to everything, don't you?
I do. I literally love everything. I love old hip hop, real hip hop, not
50s music. Sorry to interject. 50s
I
music.
like Frank Sinatra and the Rat
Rock,
Pack.
stop.
So just a little bit of everything, I hear.
Yeah. Pour all the spices in a bowl, you'll get something. Really
That's
spicy.
usually the best way to do it.
Like tribal music.
Tribal music as well.
Yeah, I like to watch the Discovery Channel and watch them walk around and beat up the ground. and have drum circles and stuff. That's the song.
That's great. So other than music, do you guys have any other hobbies?
I like to draw and paint whenever I can.
What do you
do
draw?
logos and, excuse me?
Oh, what do you draw?
Just whatever comes to mind, or whatever people ask me to draw up for them.
A lot of abstract art is what I would say he draws. There's a lot of like
Weird stuff. But then also, I really like to draw realistic stuff too. It's like animals and stuff like that. Horses and cats. I actually drew a cat one time when we were in Orlando, just waiting around for a show, and I ended up getting it tattooed on my leg. So.
Did you
Which is
really?
awesome. It's an awesome tattoo.
Yeah, and then Kevin and I are, I would say, are pretty big surfers. Anytime we get the chance to hit a beach, have our boards with us, we'll be out in the water.
We like strict kind of waves, bro.
Yeah. And I'm a huge fan of playing sports. I always played sports as a kid.
What are your favorite?
My favorite was soccer, but I tore my ACL and my meniscus, so I've kind of steered away from that.
Yeah, that'll scare you away.
And I'm also a huge video game nerd, secretly.
Video games? What video games?
Oh, my roommates and I all play Skyrim.
Skyrim?
We're secret about it.
That's the best. It really is. So is Xbox like your favorite system?
Oh yeah, Xbox and a lot of FIFA. FIFA all the time.
Oh, yeah, you got it. Yeah, I mean, everybody loves FIFA.
Even people who hate soccer love FIFA.
What about GameCube? Like, old school is so much better.
Well, it's old school
so much
game.
I'm sorry, what was
Yeah.
that?
As a kid, I played a lot of GameCube. I played like all of the Super Smash Bros. And like anything that had Mario in it.
Those were the best games, honestly. They were just the best.
Anything with Mario in it is pretty much a winner, except for maybe like Super Mario.
GoldenEye.
Oh yeah, James Bond, GoldenEye. That was a N64. There we go.
Classic. Grand Theft Auto Vice City, PlayStation 2.
Oh, old school.
I'm still stuck in that era, all right? And I don't mean the 80s.
That's great. If you could use one word to describe yourself, what would it be and why would you choose it?
Ooh.
Wow.
Minded, because I'm very forgetful. I know it's 2 words, but it's a phrase, so it makes it 1. Absent-minded. To describe us as 1 word, what would we do? Yeah, I
would probably say, what?
What? Yeah. I mean, what might be a good one, because depending on what you're showing, you kind of look at all of us and might not think, what? Like, that's coming out of, like, those dudes, and then...
Especially Colin.
Yeah.
People look at me
Yeah.
and talk, and they're like, you can't handle it singing for you backstage. You lip syncing up there.
I guess, and then what might also describe, like, you don't always know how to categorize our music into, like, a certain genre. So it always, and we don't either, so we're always, like, asking what. Exactly. That's a good word.
What's next?
What's next? Yeah, like.
Yeah, what? I think that'll be it.
We always have something on the horizon, different things going on, new projects.
Or, huh?
What in huh?
Oh, yeah.
Those are some interesting words. So you guys don't have a certain trend that you follow, right? If that's what you were saying before.
Yeah, pretty much. I would say we kind of just go with the flow and figure things out as they kind of come along. We're big in kind of sticking that surf rock and surf culture kind of realm. So we stick with things that are kind of going on within that, and relate to our music and relate to kind of the people that I would say our music caters to. We stay true to ourselves and what we believe in.
Well, that's usually the best way to make music, is just be who you are and see where it takes you.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. I hope that we can talk again sometime and maybe see you on campus sometime.
No doubt, and thank you for having us. And we'll hopefully see you guys out at the St. Pete show, July 26th, the local 662. Tickets are $5 right now, so doors are at 8 p.m. And we can't wait to get down there, and hopefully, we'll stop by the UT campus, see what's going on, and come say hey.
Definitely. I've heard some of your songs. It's amazing. So if anyone is listening and would like to hear some great music, I would definitely suggest going out to their show.
Thank you, and you can find us online at siderealmusic.net as well, and all info.
And that's Sidereal, Sidereal, all one word.
Yeah, not to be confused with, like, reeling your fishing pole sideways.
All right, and we will put some links up on our website or our Facebook page as well, so that if you want, you can go on to WTT and find their information there.